know what's crazy? I swear to God, I was one of those that thought it was going to be over in 2 weeks. Like, all of y'all stay in the goddamn house.
No.
It's weird, though, because my experience has been one of which I haven't heard from people. I think just because we're in a space with so many other people, y'all niggas wasn't trying to give me my 14 days. They said, no, sorry, you need to test negative first. And mind you, I also had a problem with how much I was getting tested. In New York, it's free, but I found myself having to go to different places because people were like, oh, we just tested you last week. Like, nah. But I actually ended up having to get tested 5 times. I was positive for a month.
Yeah.
So
with no symptoms.
With no symptoms.
Which is a little bit disconcerting. Let's not kid ourselves.
Wow.
Insane. And that's the thing. A lot of us do go by the just, quarantine. Again, Joe mentioned in New York, it's only 10 days. But 10 to 14 days, you're good. You're not getting medication. You're not getting anything. You're just being like, okay, go home, stay away from people. They did trace me every morning. I had to respond to a text message. They sent me a box in New York. Mm-hmm. Also, something that was dope, I think I mentioned, they were willing to give me a hotel. They were offering to help me with groceries. It was just, it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
So New York State offers to help with groceries.
They not only offer to help with groceries, but I think because they know so many people live with so many other people, they offered me a hotel room.
That is
to
really,
quarantine
really dope.
Yeah, of course.
Really
I mean,
See,
I live by myself.
These are the things that us, people that don't get diagnosed with COVID or get a COVID positive test, we don't know these things.
Right.
Yeah, so if you test positive, they do give you a call. I got tested, by the way, at City MD. They do the rapid testing and they do the PCR. If you get a positive rapid, I will say that's the other thing that's uncomfortable with me. And I don't know if y'all saw, we talked about her earlier, but Erykah Badu and Elon Musk, they were both just tweeting about their COVID testing experience because Erykah Badu said that she got tested in one nostril and it came out positive, and the next nostril was negative. So she said basically they decided to give her a tiebreaker. Elon Musk said he took 4 tests, 2 of which were negative, 2 of which was positive. So part of me is also just like, yes, we are all getting tested now, but the tests, how reliable are they? Like, even to the point when I went to first get tested, they were like, yeah, we got rapid, but I wouldn't suggest it because here's the thing. There's false positives and false negatives. Right. So it's just like, all right, my nigga.
Right.
So I've had 3 rapids now and 2 PCR, which is the ones that have to go to a lab. But it was unfortunate because it was just like, yeah, I had no symptoms the entire time.
Right.
Also, my boyfriend who decided to risk his whole life to come and be around me. That's how I know my pussy good. But anyway, he risked...
Or he just loves you.
Well, that too. All right. Or the L word. That's a thing too. But he decided him coming around me, he went and got tested. And it was odd because he did not test positive.
At all.
Not
once.
And I was keeping you up to date with that because also y'all had to get tested not only with me, but with Joe testing positive. Mm-hmm. So it's just weird too how this is really picking and choosing. But the fact that I do want to tell y'all, if you have the ability to just go and get tested, again, I had no symptoms. I got tested because I was supposed to go on set and also because I came back from goddamn Mexico and Tulum and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, something that I did want to ask y'all because I am highly considering it. Pfizer has come out with a vaccine. They're still testing it, but they said it's like 90% like accurate. And the only symptoms is that you feel like you have a hangover after taking. No, you're not doing the vaccine. Are you doing the vaccine?
No.
I actually have a family member that has worked for Pfizer for many, many years.
Okay.
I feel like they are trusted and they do their proper research to make sure that whatever they're putting out is safe and secure for people to intake, for lack of a better word. But also Pfizer is the pharmaceutical company that released a heart medication that turned into Viagra.
Oh.
So, yeah, little tidbit for most people that don't know.
I didn't know that.
Viagra originally started as a medication for heart troubles,
and
like
it was
heart
out here
attacks
giving
and stuff like
hard
that.
on.
It was given hard on.
I'm sure it cured many a broken heart.
It cured many a broken heart. But it's just, I feel like for me personally, I wouldn't take it super duper early right now.
The same way I don't get my iPhone
trust
early.
Pfizer. I really, really do. based on the history of what I've known all my life and stuff like that. But at the same time, I just wouldn't.
I'm just looking at the next year. Ticketmaster also mentioned that you have to, they're going to require a 2-day a COVID test taken 2 days prior to the event or rapid on site. I don't know what they're really deciding on. But to me, if I know I can just get the vaccine and I'm cool, I'm one that isn't for the flu shots, but I also did go to Africa, and in order to go to Nigeria, I did have to get a yellow fever shot. Right. And to me, I was just like, oh, well, bitch, I want to go to Africa, so I'm going to take this shot. I think if I know that I can almost live without the fear of catching this, which, of course, you couldn't get into Nigeria without the yellow fever shot. If I took that, I can go ahead and take this, too. I'm not going to lie. I want my life back to normal a little bit. Yeah. And I don't know. I'm real into sci-fi, y'all. So, I'm one of those that think I'm going to survive. If the world ends, I'm going to survive. And me getting positive for COVID, I think that kind of knocked my theory off a little bit. I was like, oh, shit, I'm not immune to whatever's going to end the world. So a part of me was just like, okay, if the vaccine comes out, I think I'm going to take it. Okay. Just because this scared me. Also, the way people treated me and almost,
Yeah, I don't know. I've never gotten a flu shot. I've never, I don't get the flu. I don't really, I got strep throat a lot. I was a strep carrier I think I'm still a strep carrier, to be honest. But they told me that the only way that I would not be a strep carrier was to get my tonsils removed. But I was also told if I get my tonsils removed, I would have to relearn how to sing again. So that was out. Nah. I was like, it's fine. I'll brave it. And if I potentially get strep throat once every 3-4 years, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? But I never get the flu. I don't really get sick like that.
See, I was just sure I wasn't going to get sick because I was on tour earlier this year, and between the Detroit and Chicago shows, I got real sick. So sick that by the time we were in Chicago, I told all the meet and greet, hey, y'all, I'm not going to be giving y'all hugs. Right. Because I was that sick in Chicago. So I was like, oh, well, I had this thing already. Whatever it was back in February, we ain't really know.
Well, I mean, it was
still, January, actually.
And it's still seriously affecting people.
Wow.
I was on my deathbed on tour. I refer to my Chicago show this year as my Jordan game. I don't care what nobody say. I don't know how I got through with that live show. And then to do the meet and greet after, my body, I was just like, I am going to faint during this meet and greet. Wow. And Chicago is one of
your
our most supported cities.
Yeah.
The first time we went on tour, we did back-to-back shows there. We sold out a show, I think it was midweek. It was on a Tuesday in Chicago. And it was, mind you, there was...
Shout out to Chi-Town.
Shout out to Chicago. But I literally was like, don't know how I made it through. Don't know how I made it through at all. But
never would have made it.
I didn't.
I had to. Sorry.
I didn't know.
She threw it to me. I had to.
I didn't know, man.
It's all right. You good? You here now?
You here now?
We do want to send some prayers though to Jeremih because he's in the ICU on a ventilator for the last 2 days. Yeah. And quite a few of his peers and friends in the industry have posted about him being in really bad shape.
Which makes me know that he's in really bad shape. Yeah. A lot of people have sent out their prayers and condolences.
But I believe in God. He's going to pull through. I'm not worried about it. Yeah. I think he's going to be just fine.
I truly hope so.
Yeah.
I just want people to really, really, really realize and understand how serious this COVID thing is.
And when we say people, we're specifically talking to Atlanta. I'm sorry.
No, we're talking to everyone.
We're talking to everyone, especially Atlanta, because y'all gonna Atlanta and do what y'all do. Atlanta always Atlanta in these kind of situations.
And you can still get COVID even if you switch the hookah tip.
You can still get COVID. The smoke is still in the air.
I just want y'all to know.
You can get COVID. You can compound. All my folks at Compound on a weekly, yes, you can get COVID too. If you are not careful and not wearing masks.
Maybe go to Boogaloo's on a Tuesday or Wednesday instead of a Friday, Saturday, so it's not so packed.
Bruh, don't go.
But real quick. And at Boogaloo, they paying that $40 cover. So y'all paying $40 to get the COVID?
To possibly get
y'all are paying to get COVID?
To COVID.
So maybe you should have put yourself
my mind.
with COVID on OnlyFans for $20 a month because they paying $40
it boggles my mind. I have an aunt she's an ER nurse. Shout out to Robin, I love you. I have to shout out my auntie.
Hey, Auntie Robin.
Hey, Auntie Robin. She works as an ER nurse, and for the several months, she's been on the front line and seeing and dealing with her own stress that has been happening because of COVID, because of everything that's going on with COVID. Here you go, sis.
Oh,
I might have to figure out how
That's
to.
okay. That's okay.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. Okay. But dealing with COVID and dealing with all the stress of COVID, she's now developed her own health issues based off the stress that she deals with on a regular basis in the ER. That's how many patients come in, life or death.
Yeah.
Please don't get it twisted, y'all.
It's a real thing.
It's a really
for a lot of people.
Real thing
and
for a lot of people.
Even if you have a situation like a Mandy where you're asymptomatic, there's still way more cases that are not.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie.
Like a Jeremih.
Well, I
Way
had no
more
symptoms, but even during the time, especially like I said,
It's scary.
I was positive for a month. So parts of me, like when I went to sleep, I was like, is a bitch just gonna not be able to breathe while I sleep?
Exactly.
Like a part of me was in
You were
fear.
waiting for symptoms to pop up.
I was,
yeah.
especially because I got so many DMs like, hey girl, I just know that symptoms can arise later. So, I know you're happy you're not feeling anything now,
That's why I
but
sent
they
you
can
that
show
sea
up.
moss.
Yeah, even the oregano oil I've been doing. I've been doing all my vitamins and stuff like that. But definitely just taking things to focus more on my immune system. Even during the first 2 weeks of being positive, I wasn't drinking. I was like, okay, let me not drink.
You were eating cleaner. Yeah.
I was eating cleaner. So again, guys, just get tested. Also, let's not treat this like STDs where as long as everybody is good, you think you good. That's not how this works.
It's not how it works.
And like I said, there are also
all.
people who are asymptomatic. And that's the thing. You may not know that you're a carrier, and that's the scary part.
Yeah, just keep getting tested. Just keep
do
getting
it.
tested and stand
Just
in line
do it.
if you
Especially
have
with
to.
the holidays coming up. Y'all about to be around your family members. Before you hop on them planes, before you go and be around your grandmammy and your granddaddy.
Grandmammy.
What? I mean, you know what I mean? Your grandmammy. Go and just go get tested.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'm not even sure if I'm gonna go and see Granny and everybody this year down south. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna do that because the way things are.
Damn, man.
See, and I'm about to get
happening with.
I'm still gonna keep getting tested. I'm also gonna get the antibodies,
but
but my sister just had a baby. My other sister's coming home from the army.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I have two god babies
I would like to see my family
that I would like to see in Atlanta.
down in Oaktown.
My sister's in Atlanta. I'm not going for Christmas.
Atlanta's scary. We was talking about going to Atlanta. I was like, a little ass wide open down there.
I'm scared right now.
With arms wide open.
It just, you know what I'm saying? It just feels like
underneath the COVID.
All of that. All of that.